This will be Faversham Creek reflected, and I've lightened the drawing here on the reflections so that the pencil is just still visible but not that clear. And I'm going to wet the whole thing to create a graduated wash in the sky and a graduated wash in the water, since this is mostly atmosphere, either sky or water. This is Faversham Creek at high tide. So I'm going to just wet a little bit beyond the edge of the paper, let it soak in on the front there, just make sure there are no gaps. Yep, no gaps. I'm also going to equal the wetting by wetting the back, because wetting one side only tends to buckle the paper. So this is wetted equally. So make sure there are no gaps. No gaps. Wet the board, 12mm MDF. This is on 200 pound Bockingford or 425 GSM Bockingford knot, and I'm painting on the blanket side of the paper, which is a little different from the mesh side. See if I can get that to sit there in alignment. Yep. Just make sure that is wetted. Still some gaps. Gap there. Yeah, so that'll stay wet for a little while. I'll put that down. I'm going to tilt the board that way, just get the water to run off a little bit and mop it up. So for about a minute, water soaks into the paper, and while it's on the surface, colour behaves differently. When the paper has soaked up the water, which I think it has done now, then it's better, in a better state for receiving colour. It's just a little bit wet still. I go by the shine on the paper. You can see the shine. Just when that shine goes off a little bit is about the right time to put colour on. So I'm exaggerating a little bit this light in this image. I'm going to make it more towards pink twilight behind here, and try and fade that upwards. So I'm using a number 7 round synthetic brush and a mixture of crimson and a little ultramarine to make a duller pink colour. Yeah. And I'm going to use a black squirrel natural fibre brush. In the sky. And I'm going to try and fade that downwards, mixing these two colours, the pink and the blue, together. Just lightly going backwards and forwards. So that's cerulean blue, a little bit of ultramarine and some pink. I'm going to try and get that to stick to the top of the paper a bit. So that brush holds a lot of water and therefore a lot of colour. I'm going to use that colour down here also. A deeper, slightly muddier blue with ultramarine, cerulean and a little yellow ochre added to the mix. So the yellow ochre just dulls that down a bit, takes the edge off the brightness of the blue. So that's the yellow ochre and the ultramarine coming up. So I want that to be, if possible, darker lower down. Yeah, darker lower down, and then going up to light. I'm going to have to clean the brush. That's this large squirrel brush. A little bit of more purpley mauve colour, crimson and ultramarine, slightly more violet mauve. Tiny bit more pink in that, closer up. Take that back into the and mix it with the blue a little on the surface. Just go backwards and forwards. Very light downward pressure on that. And I'm going to lift that a little bit on the lower part of this, just a clean brush. Take that through there, not too much water added. Just lift that back a little bit there. Redistribute it slightly. Palette management. Don't want to add too much water at this stage. That's just a trace of light ochre, diluted yellow ochre. Through the back. So this is now really very damp. We've got to let this dry. It always looks darker when it's wet, but it's much too damp at the moment to work on. What I'll do is let that dry a little further and then work into the reflections in a moment.